Tonight's forecast is sponsored by Ashbrook Audiology, where relationships matter.
Happy Monday to you, everybody. I'm Weatherman Dustin Staples. Appreciate your company. We had a very stormy weekend for many of us as well, seeing some heavy rain and even parts of outside of our area and parts of the New River Valley saw some significant wind damage. We don't know whether if it was a confirmed tornado, but we do believe that it was a strong line of storms that were producing some high winds. It pretty much toppled the whole house over and even damaged some vehicles. Thankfully, no one was injured at that time. And of course, you probably heard about it around the regional news in our area. If you watch some of the things you see on social media and or television, you probably notice, wow, that is pretty extensive. I mean, even without tornado damage, we can have some form of high wind causing rips of roof and even sometimes is turning over trees to damage vehicles even as well. And also it depends on how saturated the ground was at that time. I know parts of the New River Valley didn't see much rain over the weekend, but here in Southside, it was quite stormy and booming for sure. So we got some rain over the weekend, and now we're going to be in for a couple of days as we get towards the upcoming week. We do have a lot of chances of some rain moving in each and every day this week. So on top of that, it's going to be a time to kind of stay indoors most of the week as you're heading out and about. Right now, though, we have a lot of rain continuing to move in our area. 66, we're coming in right now. Again, high rain chances will persist through the rest of tonight. And unfortunately, there's not going to be much relief in this. And we have a threat of some flooding possible in parts of our area. Right now, we're forecasting between an inch to maybe 3 in some parts of our region here. So the rain will be getting heavier after the 10 o'clock hour, persisting into the overnight tonight. So if you have things outdoors, you want to quickly get them in as fast as you can. If you're just going to have to, if not, just let them wait and let them sit out there, because it's going to be a damp and gloomy start to our Tuesday. And again, most of our friends to the western parts of the Franklin and Patrick County area have the higher opportunity to pick up on some of those accumulating rainfall as well. Again, our overnight lows tonight are staying in the mid 60s out there, so pretty mild out there, as you, excuse me, mid 50s, not 60s. We're going to be growing from the 60s to the 50s tonight as you make your way. Again, flooding is a primary concern. There will be some windy conditions out there, but not talking about any strong to severe storms expected of the rest of tonight. So remember, turn around, don't drown. As you remember, a year ago this time, or 2 years ago, actually, our friends at Philpott Lake were seeing some significant water damage. As you remember, those high water concerns. That was 2 years ago this past weekend. As you remember, the area saw almost 10 inches of rain in just a matter of like 4 or 5 hours. Even some seeing less than that too. So we're right on track. It does appear the last couple of years about this time frame, we have just been sweltered with rain, heavy rain during this time of the month. So this is not unusual for us to get these heavy bounds of rain, but it is a sign letting you know that, hey, you know, Mother Nature is at its finest, producing some high water at our area. Tuesday's looking a bit of a similar story, but most likely we'll see more clouds possibly late in the afternoon. Again, a few isolated possibility of some flooding in some lower line areas. Again, Patrick County, you know, that area has a tendency of flooding up towards Bassett 57. You remember, again, we talked about this a little while ago, the mudslides that happened in that district 2 years ago about this time. So again, up Route 57, Ferrystone Park Highway, that particular area was so saturated that it did create mudslides for that area. So again, no mudslides expected today or tomorrow, hopefully not. We're not talking about a massive of significant flood event, but again, there are going to be some isolated spots where we do have could pick up a couple of more inches than most areas as well. So if you do live right near a river or indoor a low-lying area, you want to go ahead and be careful and kind of readjust your schedule, because you don't want to get stuck in a prone flood zone. And then, of course, you have to call the emergency crew works, or EMS individuals have to go out there, and then our towing individuals too have to put their life at risk for making sure that you're okay. So never a good idea to go across any flooded roadways. So tomorrow morning, just keep in mind that we will begin to see heavy rain persist, and then it should start to slowly lighten up throughout the day. So it's going to be one of these next 12 to 20 hours. We're going to be dealing with some heavy rain for our area too. Again, highs in the 60s, a little cool out there. So we're running below average. Again, our average high is 77 degrees. So we're not even close to where we need to be for Tuesday. Wednesday, we could get a break in the rain later in the day. That'll be some good news. Have a little bit of some drying out. Even though it won't be sunny, it'll begin to kind of have a day to kind of let that rain absorb in the ground and let it do its thing, making of the grass greener for sure. So if you don't have fertilizer of your choice, Mother Nature is going to help you out with that. Of course, you know, there's the photosynthesis, that's with sunshine, but of course, with that soil absorbing all that water, it makes the grass a lot greener. So this next week coming up, it'll be a better opportunity to get out the mower and kind of get that grass lowered for the holiday weekend. Again, Wednesday, chances of some showers late in the afternoon. That'll be the main thing. With that, Thursday looks to be a better chance of some storms moving in our area later in the day. We'll keep a close eye on that. It's going to be warm, so we're back to near average. So late Wednesday night into Thursday, we could see some scattered showers start, and then we may see a rumble of thunder too. So it's going to be warm out there. Just keep that in mind. High of 78, low of 63. Again, Thursday night into Friday morning, we'll most likely see scattered showers and storms. Maybe later in the day, we could see some sunshine if we're lucky enough to get all this storm system out here. What's happening, we have a frontal boundary that has been laying on top of the northeast, and it's also giving us northerly flow winds. So it's been a little cool out there. That's been why we have been seeing the wind shift over the weekend. We had that southerly flow. Now we have a northeasterly flow that's giving us that rain and those cooler temperatures as well. We like to call that the wedge in place in our area, where we had the ridge of high pressure in control last week, which was giving us those 90s over the last couple of days. So now it's a big shock to the system here. We're now cooling off. Graduation for Magna Vista late in the day. It's going to be a little tricky depending on how fast the storm system, and if we get these showers out of here quick enough, we could possibly be okay. That scheduled graduation is outdoors at 7 p.m. So Magna Vista students, do be careful fine-tuning with the forecast. We'll keep you updated with that, and also pay attention to any notifications from the school itself. Of course, also Tunstall to graduations this weekend. So if you have any folks out there, you may want to let them know, hey, there's a chance of some rain, and keep in mind of the forecast that could change for that too. Lows in the 50s. Saturday morning, Bassett High School graduation time. I want to tell you now that it'll probably be wet and a little foggy out there, as we'll most likely have a chance of some lingering showers late in the day on Friday. They'll most likely be out of here on time for Bassett's graduation. That is scheduled to take place at 9 a.m. there on the football field. So just keep that in mind. So Magna Vista's or any other graduation scheduled for Friday afternoon, just keep in mind that the weather could probably have some problematic issues, but we'll make sure to keep you updated on that. And of course, stay tuned for any school information that they do send to you. Saturday, though, I do have a good feeling Bassett's graduation will be okay. I'm excited to tell you that, Warriors, but hold on to your updates. We'll keep you updated here on the Neighborhood Network, and stay tuned for any school information as well. One more time recap. Again, heavy rain showers, no storms tomorrow, just heavy rain. A lot of it possibly could create some flash flooding. 1 to 3 inches is expected. Highs in the 60s. Maybe late in the day for our Tuesday will begin to clear out. Wednesday will probably be one of the most driest days for the week. By Saturday, highs back in the 70s. Scattered storms for both Thursday and Friday. We'll see how much rain is still in the forecast and how much could persist, and it may impact Memorial Day weekend plans as well. So that is also a week from Monday. So if you have any plans scheduled for Saturday, later and beyond next week, it does appear we are going to expect to dry out and have some relief in this wet pattern that we have been in as well. That is spring for you. We get those wet weeks, we get the hot weeks, we get the mixture of everything like we saw this past weekend. All right, I've been here long enough with you. That means it's time for me to say goodbye and farewell. For now, I will catch you on Tuesday. Everybody take care. Have a wonderful evening. Remember, turn around, don't drown.
Your BTW21 weather forecast is sponsored by Zentmeyer Chiropractic.